Good morning, coach. For the purpose of the record, as we usually do, can you please tell us what your names are and your portfolio here in this team?
Good morning. I'm Bojang, head coach of the Gambia U20 national team.
Coach, can you talk to us about the All Africa Game preparation?
Well, the preparation is in high gears. We started last week on the 5th of February. Uh, uh, um, we had 3 days. We trained 3 days in the week. Selected 30 players. We have another 33 players on standby. Due to the time, that's why we are unable to bring in the other 33 players. But all along, we have 63 players. There will be WAFU in September. So those players will be monitoring. We didn't confirm yet because some of them I watched them only once. Need to see them 3 or 4 times to confirm whether they can be part of the team. But as of now, we strict only 30 players that we selected, and we're supposed to travel with 20 players and 8 officials.
Impressive. You selected a lot of players, and knowing the fact that you are going to play the All Africa Game, you have experience in the How are you preparing physically for this tournament?
Every tournament is very important, as we all know that the under 20, when it comes to performance and getting result, always very good. It's always challenging. And as I said from the onset, what we looked at is the developmental part of it. Development is very important. And again, when we selected, we look at the home-based players, try to develop them so that they can also have opportunity to make better living out of football. And also, if they are lucky to sign a professional contract, we can have a big pool for the senior national team to select from. So that's why it came as a surprise to me because we were preparing for the WAFU that's supposed to be played in September. So all of a sudden, the federation told me that CAF wrote. Then they said that there should be all Africa games, and the teams that qualified to the quarterfinal of the AFCON will be participating in the All Africa games. Then we started preparation. By then, I was in the selection for the WAFU team, but fortunately, when this competition came, they see that it's very important that we compete in it. It would be a very good preparatory period for a preparation for us towards the WAFU competition. That's why I stick to only 30 players because after during the when we had to play the WAFU, by then there would be no competition. That's why I decided to select as much as I can. In case we have problems here and there, we can just call them up because and bring them in the team. Because if not, there would be no competition. It will be difficult to select players. So that's why we selected that amount of players. But due to the time factor, we have only 1 month to prepare for the competition. That's why we stick with the only 30 players that we have that came to train with us.
Well, over the past years, the under 20 under your leadership have done remarkably well. The most recent was the final of the AFCON in Egypt when you lost to Senegal, and also the team qualified to the World Cup 2020 and also have a remarkable performance. Now, what is the target heading to All Africa?
This is a new team, as I always said. My philosophy is make sure that we play good, attractive football. That is important. And if you are able to develop the players, you get the result that you needed. Because if you cannot play football, you forget about result. The first primary objective, as I said, is to make sure that they understand the philosophy of the under 20, that we have to put up a respectable performance. And again, looking at the competition that we're going to play, it's not that everybody can play into it because football is very physical. Sometimes you need a little bit of experience and things like that to be able to play. But all along, as I said, we want to go as far as to the final. That's the most important thing. We want to achieve something. We want to win something. As a coach, definitely, I want to set a legacy here collectively together with my technical staff. We want to play any competition that we entered in. Our aims and objective is primarily to play good football and to win it as also.
What do you know about the group you are in?
Well, actually, we know little about them, but we'll try to make our research on them. And this is what we normally do before we play against an opponent. We try to know their strengths and weaknesses. Then we have team discussion and see what best we can do to counter them.
So what are we expecting from the All Africans?
As I said, we expect a respectable performance and win games. The good thing about the under 20 that when I took over, mostly we win our first two games. As I said, but this is a new team also. We have very few that we are with the previous under 20. But nonetheless, Gambia is blessed with talents. We have abundant of talent in this country. So when we started the preparation, that was what I was looking at the players that we have. I mean, I can see that they responded positively.
And finally, what assurance are you going to give? Because we know a lot of them, that were in the past on the 20 have contracts being abroad now. New group of players, new mentality for the same approach. What assurance are you going to give them for their future endeavors? Because it's the first step towards heading to professional careers.
Well, first of all, we told them exactly what it takes to play this type of competition. I told them that you have to be on your feet for 90 minutes, and we need players who can play up to 100 minutes because now Vice introduced. You have a lot of injury times that have to be played. And again, we don't believe in players who would be on the ground most of the time, go out of the field and come back again. Because whenever you get out of the field, the opponent team has numerical advantage. It's all about performance. Again, we have a philosophy that we always want to be better than our opponent during the course of the 90 minutes. And if we are better than them, we'll win games and qualify to the next game on to the next stage and try to win the competition as well. It's all about performance. The performance will take you to the next level. So we need players who are determined, who are ready to die for their country, who are ready to work hard for the country and bring result to the country. That's most important. So it's not only playing good football, but to last in the game for the 90 minutes. That's important. So when we get into camp, we'll have our normal fitness testing, make sure that the level of fitness is the same, so that we can be at the same level to be able to play in the competition. And the other thing that we always tell them is they are from different clubs, play different systems, or we play the same system, but with different approach. So when you go back to your club, listen to your coach, the tactic that he applies, we work on that. When you come to the national team, they are from different clubs with different mentalities. We also have our mentality that they need to adopt as quickly as possible. That would help us to win games. Those are our secret weapons that we use to win our games. So we have a very good advice for them, and they are responding positively.
All right, I said finally, but one final question. What are some of the challenges? I know there must be challenges along the way. Preparation is not easy, but do you encounter any challenges, heading to this graduation?
Well, as of now, things are going according to plan. Because from the onset, they said 16 players with 3 officials, but we had a correspondent from CAF that now is 20 players with 8 officials, and the federation is also trying to work. They are working hard to make sure that we go with extra 3 players so as to be able to have a good preparation during our training. They always working on that. The transportation is always available. The fares are always available. As of now, to be honest, didn't have any problem.
All right, thank you so much.
You're most welcome.